Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Today I have a couple of reviews in the same video for you, and that is the X-Block and the Perfect Shot shooting rest from BenchMaster USA. Let's get into them. So if you like this sort of content, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers this year. This is April as of right now, and I need about 13,000 more to go. So if you could help me out there, that would be awesome. Every subscription counts. Hit that notification bell while you're at it so you can get more videos from me. Let's get into the BenchMaster USA X-Block and Perfect Shot shooting rest. Now let's start with the X-Block. If you are balling on a budget, this is a very lightweight, something just south of 6 ounces that this weighs. It's like a high density foam. As you can hear, it's pretty hard, but it is still a foam. You can still squeeze a little bit. And these come in at a very inexpensive price. It has 4 different V notches in it. It's, I think, 8 inches by 6 inches, so you have different heights you can deal with as well. And you can really set this anywhere you want. If you want to shoot off of the tailgate of your truck or the rail of your truck, you can put it on there, on your table. Take it to the range with you and use their shooting tables with this if your range doesn't have shooting rests built in, things like that. So this is a super lightweight budget option for a shooting rest. Now I've used this very well with both rifle and pistol for zeroing, and it keeps, as lightweight as it is, with the 4-inch footprint that it has, it keeps a very steady footing. When I first unpackaged this, it was so light I thought for sure it would like rock back and forth, but it's got such a wide footprint that it really just anchors itself down. You put a little weight in it and it anchors itself down really well. So again, on a budget, I think this is a really good option for people. So as it pertains to pistols with this, I mentioned that I've used it with rifle and pistol. As it pertains to pistols with this, I think that if you don't have a light on your pistol, I have a light on all my guns. So resting light in there, keeping the muzzle higher from the foam, I think is better. If you don't have a light on your gun, you see I have some burn marks on it. Nothing bad, it's not like crispy or anything, but I think you will have more burn marks on it and possibly lessen the life of this thing by doing so. However, it does work either way. So that brings us to the Perfect Shot shooting rest. Again, a very budget option in the realm of shooting rests that can range from a few $100s or probably more. I'm not as versed in shooting rests as it pertains to the really high-end ones, but at least a few $100s down to criminally cheap and inexpensive. This one falls in the middle somewhere. It's on the budget side. I think it's well made. It's all steel construction. Has a lot of little bells and whistles on it that I think are more user-friendly than some and less user-friendly than others that I've used. So we're going to get into the details of this thing right now. Now, starting with the backbone of this thing, the center tube, it has this quick release lock. See how that works out there? And it is adjustable from 19 inches out to 27 inches, which will probably take it out of camera view. So it's very easily adjustable on the backbone, which is something that others of mine that has like cross bolts and things like that makes this really user-friendly through here. Of course, steel tube, all steel construction with the exception of the plastic and rubber parts, right? So the all steel construction, this slides real nicely. Now this doesn't lock like permanently. You can still move it a little bit, so it's not like a rigid lock. I have tried to screw this down with a screwdriver, which did give it a very rigid lock, but as soon as I did this, the screw turned a little bit and went back to this normal state. Now the wheels on this thing, so you have a cross tube here, and they're not really wheels because they don't turn. They're more like rubber cams, and they're very easy to install. You just tighten them down with these wing nut screws, and it is cammed so that you can loosen it up and change the camber a little bit of how your shooting rest sits on the table. So maybe you're not on level ground, maybe your table's not on level ground, and you need to sway it left or right. You can do so with these. So there's about an inch of adjustment there, something like that, that you can go left or right, that you can slant left or right. Now on the back side here, they have the very same thing. You can loosen it and sway it back and forth. Now one of the things I have found in using this, that if you do not have this particular one cranked really tight down, that it will start shifting a little bit under recoil. But as you can see, it's not moving anywhere now if you have it really tightly cranked down. Now one of the things about these rubber wheels or cams is the non-skid. So it doesn't seem to want to move very much when you put weight in it. They really kind of work real well as a brake because of the soft rubber material that they're made of. That's some of the micro adjustment of it, is being able to turn these. Now there is a macro or larger scale adjustments on the back here, where you have about 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches of adjustment you can do in large paths here. And all you do is tighten that down. And then you have the same thing up front here. So you have a micro adjustment here that threads up and down. And then you have the larger scale adjustment here with the same amount of basic throw. Now the saddle here is nice and wide. It fits the gun very well and very stable. I've also used this with pistols as well, just by turning it sideways and mounting the pistol in that way. So it's double duty there as well. Now this looks like it wobbles a lot. It really doesn't when you are using it. However, it does not lock down. So it does not stay in place at a 180 degrees or straight on shot to the back end where the saddle for the buttstock is. So that may or may not be a deal breaker for you. I haven't noticed it being a big deal though. So another nice thing about this, that even at this lowest setting and that lowest setting here, I can still fit a full 30 round magazine in it with plenty of clearance. Now, if you were to bottom the threads out, you're not going to get that clearance. You're going to want to switch to a 10 or 20 round mag. But if you're at any sort of a straight shot, as long as you're not shooting downhill, this has plenty of clearance for a full 30 round mag, which is nice. You don't have to go out and buy separate mags for zeroing and for bench rest shooting, which I have had to do in the past because I've never had a shooting rest that actually clearanced a full 30 round mag unless I was shooting way uphill. So this is a nice feature as well. Now, one of the things I'm torn on with this, other than that cam back here sort of rotating, if it's not dead tight, one of the things I'm sort of torn on here is this. This has a nylon sort of a bag or catchment for the buttstock, which is really nice for keeping the gun in place. Right, for keeping the gun in place. All the other shooting rests I've ever had, there is no backstop here, and so the gun slowly works itself back, and eventually it ends up falling down to here, or if I already have it here or something like that, it ends up riding up here. But so the catch is nice, however, it's not very deep. So if you have a higher recoiling gun, you run a fairly decent chance. I mean, we're only talking about maybe a ½ inch. So if this thing jumps a lot, it doesn't have much purchase there. It does have a pad down in here so you don't screw up your stock, but the catch is nice However, it's shallow enough that, again, with a big jump in a higher caliber rifle, you may end up losing that purchase there. However, as long as the rest of your adjustments haven't changed, I would assume that you will get generally back on zero once you set it back up in here. Again, this sort of, when it's like this, it can't move backwards. Now, one of the other things as it pertains to this saddle in the back, some may say just pull this off if you don't like it. That's fine, you can do that, but understand that it's just bare metal, I mean painted or powder coated, whatever this is. Flats here, flat pieces of metal with no padding or rubber on it, which I suppose you could wrap it in tape if you wanted to, whatever. But understand there's no protection for your stock here. And because this is set in, I'm waiting for the company that makes one of these where this part is out back here beyond the whatever the backrest is, because I have to hover if I want to get a cheek weld on here. If I want to shoot it like a magnified optic like I have on it right now, I can see the reticle. I can see the reticle fine, but of course this optic doesn't have a 18-inch eye relief or whatever I'm at now. So it, I get all the scope shadow, and the tube is very small. With a light recoiling rifle like a 223, an AR, 5.56, I can hold on to this and make my shots and stay on target, and it's fine. I would personally rather be on the gun, but because I have to bring it off the table in order to shoulder it and get a full scope view, right? Or lay my body across it in order to get the proper eye relief. That's my, again, I'm sort of torn on this whole thing. If this wasn't here, I could bring the rifle back a little farther, shoulder it, get the proper eye relief. But this being here guarantees that the gun isn't moving backwards while you're shooting it. So it is a give take, in my opinion, with this sock in the back. So again, the X block, I know I didn't spend as much time on the X block as I did the other, but how much can you say about a foam block that X's and has different cutouts? This is a super portable, super lightweight, again, like 5 ounces, 5.5 ounces, something like that. Super portable, super lightweight, throw it on your passenger seat. It takes up no room, and it's versatile in the sense that if you're laying prone, you can use it. On a table, you can use it. On the bed of your truck, you can use it. On, take it to the range, you can use it on the tables there, things like that. So this is a super affordable and versatile piece to use, and again, with this wide footprint, it's very stable. This coming in at 5 pounds, which I forgot to mention earlier, all steel construction, a little less portable, but not unreasonable for portability. I mean, it does break down to 19 inches, and if you want to go even flatter, you can unscrew these, pull these out, right, and it takes up even less room for portability, throwing it in your trunk or back seat or something like that. So it's not that this is not portable, it is, it's just less portable than something lightweight like the X block. However, you get a more overall stability with the gun in this, having this catch in the back, having more micro adjustment in these threads, and of course adjustments with these square tubes that go up and down. And then the cam system of the wheels here gives you even more micro adjustability if you are on a unlevel surface or something like that. Rifle rest was very easy to put together. I didn't even have to use the destructions, where other ones, actually every other rifle rest I've had to, like, what, this screw goes here, this was very easy to put together. Unboxed it, put it together in a matter of a couple minutes, and it was great. And of course, the assembly of this was a dream. The plastic came right off really nicely. So that's it. Those are 2 very affordable rifle rests that you can purchase from BenchMaster USA, they have a lot of this sort of stuff on their site, from shooting tables, shooting chairs, and other. They have an X-Block XL, which I think is 14 inches tall or something. It's a lot bigger, but it's the same material and portability and stuff like that. But they have a whole bunch of this sort of precision shooting, accurate shooting, long range focused type stuff on their site, so you can go check it out. A lot of it's very affordable, and even the things that are a little bit more expensive still are coming in at a lower price than some of the competition, so you have that to look forward to. Now, to be fair, I do want to mention that BenchMaster did send these to me, and I am an affiliate, so when I provide a link for this stuff, understand that if you use that link, you are helping to support the channel. I do get a very small percentage, although it costs you nothing extra. This is not a sales pitch. I have no bias towards one thing or another, and the fact that I got them for free does not change my opinion of it. Again, there are things about this thing that I am really torn on, although it is a super usable piece of kit, piece of shooting gear that comes in at a very affordable price. Thanks for watching. Thank you to BenchMaster USA for sending these out to me. I had talked back and forth with them a little bit, and I don't do a whole lot of the seated precision stuff on my channel, so these are the things that I thought really may translate best for you guys, the viewer. If you like this sort of content, don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Check out BenchMaster USA. I will leave a link down below because nothing on that site breaks the YouTube community guidelines. So in the pinned comment, sorry, not in the description, but in the pinned comment, there will be a link to BenchMaster USA. And of course, there will be a dedicated post to this stuff on my website, rttgunsgear.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.